mount that little beast up there. Let's get it all right. I've got a lot to show you today. A lot to show you. Let's pop them there so they're all in view for you. Okay. Let's have a look. I think that'll probably be better for you guys here. Right then. Okay. Oh, there we are. Let's have a look then. Let's see if everything where it needs to be. So let me just go on to my tab and have a look to see if it says right. Okay. Yep, that one's telling me. Hi, Rach. Good morning, my sweetie. You're alive and well. Fabulous. Hi. Okie dokie. Just checking. You can hear me okay? Hi, Ruth. Good morning. Hope you're well, my sweet. Got quite a few bits to be showing you this morning. Morning. Just give me a sound check. Hi, Sarah. Morning. Happy Sunday. I'm just making sure everyone can hear me. So just say a yay or a nay if you can hear me. Would be good. I know there's a delay. And I'm talking to myself at the minute, but it's okay. So yeah, let me just know you can hear me loud and clear. Yes, perfect. Morning, Helen. Thank you for confirming. Good morning, Nettie. Right, I'm just going to quickly check on the nice crafting page. Yes, you can see me on there. And that looks like morning Dee, morning Diane, morning Angie, Marie, good morning, Brian, morning. I'm hoping that that's a little bit of a better, let me just whirl you around a touch. Sorry if you're seasick. It's not helping you at all, is it? There we go. So let me just have a look on that. I'm just going to click like so I can see what's going on. Yep, okie dokie. I think that's all good on there. Brilliant. Okay, so yeah, morning everybody. Right, I'll just give it a couple more seconds. Morning, Theo. Couple more seconds just so you can sort of get a gist of what's what. Yeah, I can just see myself moving things around. So there is a slight delay with the group. So we are going live on both YouTube and Facebook group this morning. So welcome. Happy Sunday. I've got me a cup of hot water just to get me through this because I can imagine how we're going to go. So yes. Hi Kim, hi Di, hi Debbie, hello. Rachel, Dawn, good morning. I can only stay for a bit. Oh, that's fine. Don't worry, there's catch up. Life is more important than sitting here with me, trust me. Right, okay, so you've all seen these ones now. This box here is 3.5 by 3.5, as in inches. So I am going to be doing a either a 5 or a 5.5 inch box. Yeah, so box shape for you to decorate. The class yesterday at the workshop were absolutely amazing, and nobody got this upside down or wrong. And I think everybody's patterns followed. The pictures done it no justice at all. What a fantastic group of people I had at the workshop over at Crafty Corner. So today, remember to thumbs up the video. Please, yeah. Okay, let's get the basics out of the way then. Goodness me, I always forget this. Please do a thumbs up. It really helps with things. So yeah, do me a thumbs up whether you're on YouTube or Facebook group. Feel free to share, like, comment would be really good. You know, get involved is great. But if you want to sit in the background silent, that's even better. So don't worry about that. I'm on Instagram. I think it's Lisa Magical Maker. I've got my Facebook page, which is Makers of Magical Things. Obviously, I'm on Facebook. Some of you are in the group. Some of you know here. So, you know, it's one of them. But, yeah, if you can do the thumbs up, subscribe and all that, it all helps as you do. And feel free to share. So, this has gone really well. So, these little hinges, these are on hinges. I want to show you these. These are proper hinges all put in. Done, tickety-boo. Now, this particular one, I'm going to do a bigger size on this as well. Now, what you're going to get with the kit, you're going to get with the kit an array of, I mean, this is a nice curve. All these are separate. You've got to put these on, glue them. So there's a bit of work to be done, but it's good fun because you're going to make it as you go. I am going to put in paper templates for the front, the back and the sides of these. So as you can see, I've used Graphics 45 on this particular one. So I've just cut it out and stuck it on. It's so easy to do. But what I'll do is thank you all. There you go. Ta-da! Brilliant. So what I've done on here is I've just used some shimmer, cosmic shimmer, and just you know, popped them on, glued them on, because I didn't know how you were going to sort of thing, but this seems to be the way forward anyway. So I'm going to be doing an array of different boxes. Now this is called a book box because it's like a book, and I'm going to do a larger size because workshops from now on will be able to create these on the workshops, and then we're going to make some cards and envelopes to fit into these, so which I think will be absolutely amazing. So if you want these before the launch, message me. Once they're launched, they will be available on the Nice Crafting website. Okay, so if you want to get in beforehand, give me a shout, PM me. Now, so these little boxes are available. Obviously I've done this, and again, these, you know, I show you how to do this running of the pattern. I even confused myself. I had that many people were showing, I confused myself, and I went upside down round, but my box I'd done at the workshop actually went quite well. So there you go. So these are 3.5 inches. I'm going to be doing a 5-inch later on today, so I'll put pictures on later when I've made that. But today I've got something new I've been playing around with, because speaking to the lovely ladies at the group, I'm just going to say a quick hello to everybody. Catherine, Carol, Janik, Jokey, you're on, Terry's on, Rose, hi, good morning everybody, Belinda, hi, Anne, who else, loads, goodness me, sorry I'm scrolling past you, I do apologise, but hi everybody, good morning. So I have more, but I've just placed these in here. So this was me messing around, okay? So I thought, oh, you know how I've done that thing in the group about the cogs and stuff like that? Now, I've just placed these on. These are going to fall off. But look at the array of different size cogs. I can do all different sizes. You will be getting literally a bag full of these. So if you go for a tag kit, like cogs, for instance, you're going to get loads and loads and loads. Different sizes. Some of them are even together. I mean, how cool is this? So I'm going to do these all different sizes, okay? So you can place them on, you can tweak around, play around with them. So I'm going to put them there. And then we've got sort of like embellishments. Now, I've just literally, like I say, I've placed these on, but I'm going to be making these later, and we're going to be painting and doing all sorts of nonsense. I'm going to be using some funky fossil, Stella paste. I'm going to be using some textured paste, all sorts, yeah? So... but yeah, so I've done a heart and done some little corners in different ways, and these lovely like little embellishment sort of things, yeah. And then this one, we're getting a little bit larger with the tags now. So this one here, I've just done like a load of corners, and I've just literally placed them together. And we're gonna be gluing these on and getting some texture on, and maybe some nice wax and stuff like that. But I've also done a couple of words and stuff as well. These are all separate, but I have got some that are joined as well, which I'll be showing you in a bit. So there's that one. And again, this one, for instance, here, where I've put hello on, I've actually cut that one down. And the best thing I love with this greyboard is you can actually manipulate it to fit with whatever you're doing. So on this one, I've cut this down, and there's the longer part there. So all of these, so I'm calling these like embellishments. I'll let you. No, I don't stop. I'm sure I can craft in my sleep, you know. The fairy's done these, I'm sure of it. But yeah, so this, I mean, like I say, these are just all placed on, so they're all going to move about and wiggle around. And I've also done some like miniature frames. Now, if you can see the detail I've got into that, you can't see, but it doesn't matter. You'll get the gist of it. I'll bring it up a little bit closer. But there is some like really tiny, teeny, swirly, whirly bits, and all these are cut out, okay? So there's those, and then you've got this array of lovely, I mean, if you buy like an embellishment set, for instance, this one, so I've just done an array of all these, like the corners, these swirly bits, these bits, you can cut all these up. There's 36 items. Now, I mean, there's little circles, there's like all these beautiful things like this. Look, these are gorgeous. So, you know, 36 items in a bag, heart's content. This is all 2mm. You know, it even looks thicker than that, to be honest. But yeah, it's 2,000 microns. I always get it wrong. But yeah, grey card. So, grey board even. See, I'm losing the plot as we speak. So I'm going to put them there. And then I want to show you these ones, because depending now, what do you want me to start with? Do you want me to start with making some coggy things? Or do you want me to start with something like this? So let me know. I'm going to be watching the comments while I get the other bits and bobs. See what you're looking. Right. Morning, Mars. Morning, Marja. Hope you're well. Morning, Susan. Great for you to join me today. Right then. So I'm going to start with the smaller one. So there's the smaller tag. So speaking to the ladies, obviously I've just done a butterfly here and a couple of hearts, different places. Like I say, you can colour these. You can keys and books, locks. Okay, keys, books, locks. Yeah, that's definitely. Now I glued this in. I don't think she does sleep. I glued this in, but you can take out the trellis, and then you could utilise that trellis in a different one. Yeah, but I glued it in because I thought that looks quite nice, to be fair. So there's that. And then we're going up again another size. I will do the sizes. Oh no, that's about the same size actually. So I've done a butterfly here, for instance. Yeah. And again, you can put some stickles on that, glitters, all sorts of bits and bobs. And I've done some of the corner edges on there as well, because I thought that would be quite nice. And then the larger one, which I might start doing on the workshops. I mean, I'm going to do bigger than this, but at the minute, I've just cut this out this morning. We've got a larger butterfly. I mean, that is literally size of my hand. I will get a ruler out in a minute and go measure. And then we've got that nice little border around. And then I've done some writing joined up, but I wasn't happy with the font on this. But this is just to show you for the sake of it, you know, as you do. But yeah, depending on what papers you put. I mean, can you just imagine some nice pinks and greens? Nice, giving that a little bit of proper detail, a bit of like thinking of how you colour that in. So that's sort of giving you a range for today. Now, over the next couple of days when I'm going to go live, I'm going to be showing you the journal kits I'm doing. So I'm going to be doing journal kits in a variety of sizes. And on the journal kits, you're going to have a front cover, back cover, different size spines, just in case, depending on what you want to make. So in the kit, you're going to have a choice of different thickness on spines. And then obviously you're going to have some inserts as well. So you're going to have the inserts with that. So all you've got to do then is just look at the most popular sizes. So you've got your A6s, your A5s, or some nice squares, 5x5s. I'm going to be doing them in kits. So in them kits, you'll also have embellishments to go on the front of your journals, in your journals, and all that sort of stuff. So there's going to be a lot that you're going to get, very much value for money. I'm going to make sure that we start with some nice opening offers. So what would you like me to start off today to create? Because I am going to actually make and actually do something with some of these today. So go on, I'm going to leave it in your hands because I'm always guided by you lot. Hi Philippa, hi Kim, hi Fee, Brenda, good morning. Thank you for joining me. Marja, good morning. So let me just I'm going to flick between see who's saying what on oh crumbs, there we go. Don't tell me I've got to watch me on a minute. I can see me putting an order in. Feel free. That's what I'm here for. Just PM me. Right, let me just hello, am I there? Dear me. Oh goodness me. You know, when you start looking and you think to yourself, oh, what am I doing? I have no idea, honestly. So what tags would you like me to make, or would you want me to start with some cogs? Do you want me to start with one of these larger ones? What would you like? You need to talk to me, because otherwise I ain't gonna have a clue. As you do. So let's have a look. Morning Yvonne, morning Chris, morning Sarah. Just quickly catching up with the comments on YouTube, and I'm now gonna somebody's already put cogs in, so cogs it is. Thank you, Moira. Okay, I'm just going to flick over now to there we go, sorted. Let me get the cogs one. Butterfly will be next then, Jackie. Okay, so let me do a cogs first. The tag on the right. Oh, I'm moving it now, sorry. The big one. Oh, I'll do the big one in a bit, don't worry. I do want to get that sorted. Right, let me grab these little cogs. Okay, so this is a smaller one, as you can clearly see. So I'm just going to put all these little cogs and little bits and pieces down out the way. So cogs, I always think of rust and that. Now I've got a selection of stuff. I am going to be using Tim Holtz Distress stuff, and I've got some stickles. I've got some spritzes. So I don't know how it's going to end up. I've got some textured pastes. I've got some waxes. I've got an array of funky fossils, beautiful glitters, Stella paste. Yeah, and I've got some embossing stuff as well. So we might even do a bit of embossing on these. So yeah. Okay, so any particular colour theme, or shall I just go shall I start off grungy? Yeah, I'm going to start grungy. I'm going to choose. Right, dibs has been called, bless it. There we go. Let me just get a bit of paper down because I know this is going to get messy. I even know what's going to happen before it started. Here we go. Right then, so now I've not sort of moved forward with these yet. So to me, yeah, we're going to do grungy. To me, this is a bit of a learning thing for me, colouring and utilising. Now, you know me and water. I've got to be mindful because it is greyboard. Now, when I cut these, I'm going to be totally transparent with you. There will be a residue on them. Now, you can either just get a baby wipe or a bit of tissue and just wipe around. It's not going to damage it or anything like that. So I'm not going to go around every single object that I cut out. So I'm going to be totally transparent with you that you might just need to just wipe around it. So, you know, if I'm going to start going around this and cleaning this and doing that, it's going to take me forever and a day. And if people are doing orders, I'm not going to have the time to do it. So I'm being totally honest with you. So I'm going to put down a little bit of I'll tell you what, let me try with a little bit of a primer first, yeah? So, I don't know, yay, no, whatever, let me just get an old brush. Let me try and find it. I'll tell you what, I'll use that. Right, okay. Oh, there we go. Oh, God, that's a good splodge. I'll use it out of there. Now, you know me, I don't like waste. So, this is just rough. And I'm just going to I'm not even putting anything with any real depth, but this is like in real time with you guys now. Can you speak up? You can't hear when the kettle boils. Bless you. I'm not going to shout. Oh dear me. Now this one hasn't got a border on, so obviously just think about, I'm being mindful for myself to think, oh, there you go. I'm quite happy with that. Now let me just get a bit of water there. It's not going to take long to literally dry that gesso, that primer basically. Not long at all. So it's a little bit damp, I can feel it. Yeah, that's going more or less dry. There you go. I'm happy to work with that. There we are. So you're working with me in real time now. So if you've got the kettle on, there you go. I've got my water. I'm going to be drinking as we go. Bit early for anything else. So actually, and what I am going to do is let me just, actually no, I'm not going to primer these. I'm just going to squirt and see. Let's have a look. I am going to use, so I'll do scorched timber or walnut. Let me give it a shake. So I'm just going to use some oxide spray. This is where it gets messy, and I'm gonna do the darker. Let's have a look, see what this is going to be like on here. Now, you can spray, or you can literally, yeah, okay, I'll play that game. Or you can squirt a bit down. I just love this stuff. I get covered. Let's have a look. Right then. Oh, look, that's covered nice. So, for me, a spray is easy because it just goes round, covers. But if you're not that way inclined and you think to yourself, I don't want to be wasting all that loveliness, because I'm like that. I'm terrible, in fact, to be honest. Let's have a dibble dabble. Now, depending on how you can do front and back. You know, I'm quite happy with how they have actually. I need a little bit. Let me just take the end out. Right then, there we go. Let's just put a little bit on there. Let's try not to waste the goodness. I don't know. Right, let's just put that on there. Now, if you want places darker or lighter, just go over it again. Do what you need to do. You could also put a bit of water on if you wanted to. Again, your choice. So I'm happy with that. So I've got I've got a start of a cog. So let's build up. Now I have got some of this gold wax. However, we've also got a bit of gold, well, I'll say gold, antique linen spray. Let's have a look. What else have I got? Oh, I've got a bit of yellow. That'll do. I do love this. I always think of potions and lotions and like magic when we shape these up. Hi Debs, Kim, I hope you're well. So I'm just doing different ideas now. This doesn't mean to say you've got to do this or anything. I'm just messing around, yeah. So I've got a couple of squirts on there. I'm just going to be sparkling all day now. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to just dip here and there. Why not? Let's have a look. Let me just be a bit random. Look at that. So already we've got a bit of niceness going on there. And I mean, you haven't really got to do anything if you don't want to. Let me just move that around on there. Yeah, okay. I'll spread that out with my finger. Could always put that on there. Yep, okay. And you're creating a background. Yep, got to do that, yeah. But I'm just concentrating on this. I'm just going to get a bit of this wax out. Now, I don't know how old this is. It looks like it's dried up and like gone to heaven and come back again. But, oh yeah, that's nice. Wax is better. However, you use what you've got, right? I've just literally gone through my cupboards. So, you know, I said to you about using up your old stuff. This is perfect for doing something like this, yeah? So I just want a little bit of something on here. Perfect. There you go. Half on, half off. On your paper. Yeah, probably. You know, always keep your stuff. You should know that by now. It's always important. Now, if you haven't got waxes and stuff like that, let's see what else we've got as an alternative. So, if you haven't got a luster spray, because your spray works, that works. What about a gold Posca? Eyeshadow. Yes, I'm going to get the eyeshadow out in a minute. So, obviously, if you've got a gold Posca, you can do a little bit at a time, which to me might be a bit of a, way. Oh, look at that. Whoa, we've got a blobbing off there. Let's play with that. I'll tell you what I'm going to do with that in a minute. I'm just going to put a little bit on there. Waste not, want not, and all that. Okay. Let me just bring that on a minute. There we go. There you are. So we've got a start of that there. Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you what, we'll do that maybe. Have a little bit of that. Not too much. Good. So let me just move these over. I'm going to put them on there so I can see where they are. Because knowing me, I'm going to put it somewhere and just think, oh, where have I just put it? Trust me, I've got a brain like that today. You know, when you have one of them moments. Now, like you say, we don't waste anything here. So let me just move that over there. Let me just nicely just pick this up a minute. Because it'd be a shame to waste such lovely paint, isn't it? Let's just, cool. There we go. Put that back on there. Right, so I've got a nice bit of grunginess going on there. I'm going to build up as we go. So, blue. Now then, let's have a think. So I'm going to put a little bit of old paper down first, as you do. I do love this. Absolutely love it. Right, old paper, and then I want a bit of salvage patina. Oh, dear me. I just love this with a passion. Now then. Oh, sorry, I'm just wobbling you around. Hi, Angie. Hope you're well. I am just going to just have a little play around with this a minute. Oh, yeah. So don't ever be shy to sort of, I don't know, move things around on your papers. Don't be shy to, I mean, I don't know what techniques I'm going to get here. I don't know what effect we're going to get. I'm not usually working with this medium. I'm usually making cards or biddling about and all that sort of to do. But I thought today we're going to do something different. It's all about being out your comfort zone. I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to put where that's a little bit of there. Just going to. So if you put too much on your project, just move it around. Let's dry that off anyway because I just love it. Full stop in the story. Right, so we need a bit of rust on there now, yeah? Now, before I put any rust on, I'm going to play around and just put a stencil on and just get a bit of textured paste on. So I'm just playing around with ideas now. So there's nothing particular. I have got some Tim Holtz stencils. So, and dare I say, I'm not too worried if I cause a problem, but I do love my Tim Holtz stuff. Let me just dab that off a minute. Right, so let me have a look what we got. Oh, there we go. So let me see. So I've got some of these like just different layers and stuff like that. Maybe something along that. I think with the circles, that'll go with the cogs. It's got some absolutely gorgeous stencils. Lovely stuff. Right, so let me just do a little bit of textured paste here. Now I am going to use, let's have a play around with Andy's. So Cosmic Shimmer, the structured paste. Now everybody's different. Some people like a bit of plastic, some people like metal. Don't bother whichever you use. I'll tell you what, I'll try this one today. There we go. Hi Janine, hope you're well. I see this. I love this stuff. I've done loads of little different bits and bobs. So really, I should be doing a lot more, especially with mixed medium stuff. I absolutely adore doing different sort of projects and stuff. Now, don't be shy when it comes to sort of, you know, it hasn't got to be perfect. Makes no difference where it goes unless you're being totally precise. Hi, how are you, my sweet Annetta? Hope you're well. So let me just pop that down there. Let's have a look what we've got there. Oh, beautiful. Love it. Now you will need, as I said, I'm naughty for me to say, but get yourself a baby wipe and just rub off, or spritz it with water if you're not washing it off straight away. So I'm making sure this lovely goodness is going onto my bit of paper, because I will be keeping that paper to do something with. So let me just blast that off as you do. Now there's that many different texture pastes out there. Don't be shy to play around with different stuff. You know, if people like a bit of glitter and stuff like that, pop yourself on some of these gorgeous the Stella pastes. I mean, it is, as you see, look at that pop of colour there. I am going to put a little bit of green on, actually. I think this green will work really well. I mean, I know we're not doing glitters, but who says? Nobody's turned around and said you can't do that. You do what you like, it's your project. Let me just see how we're doing on that. I'm just going to give it a little bit more bake in it, you see. Somebody's going to say, shouldn't be doing that. Hi Jennifer, Ingrid, hi, hope you're well. Let's have a level. Let's have a look. Yeah, I'll play around with that. Okay, it's malleable, it's movable. Hello, how are you? Hope you're well. Right, so let me just, and again, just keep your equipment when you're using pastes and stuff like that. Don't just think, oh, I'll just leave it on the side like you do with other mediums. Unfortunately, you know, clean up as you go. I'm very, you know, I know I buy lots of different things. However, let me move my chair out of the way. I do like to be a little bit frugal with stuff, you know. Not very often, I know, but one of them. So, this stuff is gorgeous. So I could always just put a little bit of something on the edge. Why not? Let me just put a little, let me just use a little bit of this. No, it's just totally, nobody says, yes, it's got to be this. No, it's not. Don't do that. Use this. I'm all about breaking them barriers. In fact, let me use my finger. There we go. I only just want like a little bit of something going on. Just that little bit of something. But I want the pattern to sort of reach out and blend in. Bye, Marie. Have fun, sweetie. See you on catch up later. I'll have a conversation with you later. Love it. So from there, let me just wipe that along. I might as well add that in. Why not? So we've got a little bit of a glitter pearlescent. And then we've got this beautiful now. Don't be shy to, you know, all the products that you've got in the back of your cupboard. Get them out now. Stop having a dabble with them. Why ever not? What have we got? What have we got? Now, I want to put some colour onto this. So, let me see. I'm going to use Salvage Patina. Peacock feathers. Oh, go on then. Somebody's just twisted my arm. Why not? Now, let's have a look. Shall we? Shan't we? Will it? Yeah, why not? Look at that. Let's just give it a kiss. There we go. Let's pop a bit of water on. Now, this is where you found me. There we go, Anne. Fabulous. I've just popped a little bit of oxide on now. I am going to move it around. Now, bear in mind, this is greyboard. I do not know how much I can drown this. So I am just thinking out top of my head now. I'm just going to get a little bit of Andy's coffee bean. Just want a bit of brown running through this now. Follow that little bit of texture through. Why ever not? Don't be shy to mix products. I know people don't like you doing it, but hey ho, there's no rules and regulations to crafting. You can mix stamps, you can mix products. Let's give that a blast. So I just want the shape to stay as a held shape. Then we can start putting some glue on and sticking it together, I reckon. Well, we're going to make something anyway. What, I don't know. I'm sure it's going to look fabulous. I think I need to employ a butler and a gardener. Do you know something, Chris? That sounds like a plan. Love it. Oh, morning, Ali. I hope you're well, my sweet. Okay, so I've dried that off. My board's still good. Not having any problems at all. So we've put a glitter, which is a wet product. We've put textured paste on, wet product. I have squirted it with products. So we've had wet products. And it's still going. So on this, we are actually having, hi Dominique. We're actually showing that this is, it's good. It's moving. There's no problem with it. I'm happy. Right, then let's have a look to see what we can do here. Now, quite liking that. Maybe I want a bit of something else going on there. Let's have a look. Cogs and that, maybe. Let me just have a spritz of, or maybe some vintage photo. Let's have a look. I just want a bit more of a brown here for me to build up the cogs. So I don't know what we're going to get with this. Do I care? No. And I'm going to put a little bit of Andy's coffee bean on. Why not? Let's coffee bean him out. Oh, I forgot cooking to honestly. Well, it's Sunday, isn't it, Crumbs? You can't even do Sunday dinner. Oh my goodness me. I know my mum and dad, they went shopping in, I think it was Asda, and they were absolutely delighted that they found a leg of lamb for £12. Bless them. But yeah, I think mum and dad are busy doing. Oh, we're just putting that bit of grunge together now. So I have used coffee bean and French mustard of Andy's Inkology, which is, I mean, just look at that now. Boom, in the room. Love it. Now I know all you guys will probably do things differently. Go for it. There is no right or wrong when you're creating. Just you do what you enjoy. You do you. Yeah. Now I'm just gonna, it is a little wet, but I don't care because I sort of want to, that's a bit better now. I want things on, I want things off. Yeah, I'm going to bring the blue there and that there. So I'm going to have the contrast. Yeah, half bright. Yeah, Chris, honestly, I can't believe the cost of some products. It's like, oh my goodness me. Shut the back door, ain't it? Wow. You need a sugar daddy. Delish leg of lamb, honestly. I must admit my other half, he does a Boston, he's a Boston cook, bless him. I won't say it too loud because he might get big-headed. But yeah, he knows his stuff when it comes to chomping away. So, oh, I tell you what, that's looking a bit of all right. What do you reckon? Do you think I need to place things differently, or what do you think? That's a bit of a mad one, isn't it? I can always do a little bit of something else. Got to go. Oh, Sarah, carry on, sweetie. See you later, darling. Bless you. Yes, I'll see you Tuesday. I'll have something new to show you then. It'll be journals then. We'll do some journal stuff. Right, so I'm using Pink Frog. I think it's EVA glue. And I love these. I'm just eyeing all and making sure that I don't clog them up. Okay, so I'm liking that there. So let me put some blobs of ink on. Now, I love this because this is precision. And for how I work, it's fabulous because I get it here, there and everywhere. You know, one of them moments with me. I'm going to bring that over, actually. I want a bit of movement in different places. Yes, definitely enjoy your day. Mind you, hopefully, you're all having good days. I'm going to put that there because we've got that bit of glitter and that bit of movement. And then, do you know something? I might bring that out. So it's actually evolving as we go, this is. Yeah, definitely. So I need to, I want to be able to showcase. Let me just bring that there. Crafty bargains. Yeah, definitely. You got to have crafty bargains. Crumbs. No better than a crafty bargain. So I'm thinking let's bring the dark in, bring that over. Yep, okay, we'll do that there. Let's have a look. Now, I ain't too worried if I've missed a bit here or missed a bit there. You do your own thing, you do you. There is no right nor wrong to any of this crafting, you know, so if you're all thinking, oh gosh, what's she doing? I don't care. I'm just creating some sort of madness. That's all I'm doing. Yeah, I'm going to put that here. Up, 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 up. I quite like the way that goes. Oh, and I do need a little bit here. And I suppose this is the thing now, when you're sort of moving things around or having a go and that, I ain't too worried about that. I can get a brush on it and just move that little bit around. I'm going to put that there, a blob. So there we go. Let's put that there. And then I'm going to build off that, I think. There we go. So these fine tipped nozzles, or you know, there is a name for them, I'm sure, but they are very good. I've saved loads and loads of glue using these, I must be honest, which is nice because, you know, we're always spending and this and doing that, and you know, oh, I think that might go there. Shall I have that there? That would be nice there. Maybe not. Let's build it there. Yeah, why not? I'm going to put a little bit there and a little bit there. Let's see if I can catch it. Yep, that'll do. And then I'm going to put this little cog. Yeah, okay. I quite like the look of that, actually. Oh, I'll tell you what, I'm going to put that in there. You know, when you've got cogs that go together, I think that's quite cute when it does that. And who would have ever thought I'd be talking about cute cogs on a Sunday morning? Shocking, shocking. There we go, sorted. Okay, so there's a first make. Now, well, I don't know, I thought I'm quite impressed with that, because I don't normally do this sort of thing. I'm thinking, oh, very nice. But I'm sure you lot would create something a little bit more umphy and dumphy and all that. Let me just get that wet brush, like I said. So I don't like saying things that I'm not going to do. So that glue I can move around so that I've not got lumps and bumps here and there. Swapped up to YouTube, fabulous. No, wrong with swapping up to YouTube. I like YouTube, if I'm honest, because I like the screen here. Let me just swap over on the comments onto YouTube then. So let me just cut. Oh, crumbs, what's going on there? There we go. I'm live. There we are. Let me. Oh, crumbs! I can't believe it. I've got to watch it. Right. Okay. So I can see your comments as well on YouTube. Let me. Where did I put that? There we go. Let me just, so that bits of, it does dry clear, but you know, if you don't want to disrupt your cogs or anything like that, just get a brush and just manipulate it slightly. So there you go, there's one cog funky tag. So then you could then put a nice little sentiment, yeah, or even put a nice block, you know, if I've got any. What I might do is I might cut some squares, raggedy not baggedy. Nice bit of, yeah, definitely rip up some cloth, stain it in the colours if you want, but yeah, not, like I say, not bad for my first attempt at cogs. Okay, so we've got a bit of textured paste, we've got glitters in there, we've got waxes, we've got all sorts. So it just shows that the grey board will hold and there's no paper stuck on this at all. Okay, so there's number one. Let me get, I know somebody said that they wanted the butterfly, so let's do a butterfly for you guys. Let me put that over there out the way. Let's move that. I'm going to keep this. I'm going to put this one in here and see what colours we get on there. Okay, so there's that. Voila! I'm quite gobsmacked. Look at that. I'm impressed with myself here. Look at that. Right? All them little cogs. We've got 2-3 layers on some of these. I mean, look, there's a lovely depth to it. Absolutely gorgeous. So if you're into that sort of stuff, I'm going to be doing like a really, really big, you know, you're going to have loads of cogs in a bag. Depending on when I get my packaging, because I've got packaging coming today, see what I can fit in a packaging, and it's going to be probably £5. If you think with postage, £8 for a bag of goodies. I think that would be roughly, I mean, I don't know, you tell me, is that too much? I'm open to listening as well at the end of the day, because at the end of it, you're the ones that are going to be sort of thinking to buy, aren't you, really? So, now then, I'm quite sure it's going to be either this one with the corners. I'm going to put papers and stuff on this. Or was it this, the large one that you wanted? We've got hearts. So, what did you want? Oh, okay, that's a good price then. Okay, fair enough then. I have no idea. You guys are going to have to guide me. I have no idea. But there's going to be a lot of cogs in that box anyway. Let's put it like the bag. A lot of cogs. And I'll probably put in some tags as well, you know, as you do. The one with the corner, this one here. Okay, there we go then. I'll leave this one to do in a bit then. Okay. Right, so, okay, we've got corners on this one. Let me get this out the way. I'm going to put that over there. I'm sure we'll have time to do another one. That didn't take long to do. We'll do the large one next, Jackie. In fact, I'll put it here. So that's the next one, just so we know. I'm going to move this box out the way. I brought the box because I wanted to just put a little bit of paste and stuff on. But when you buy a box, you will also get the templates for all the sides, like I've said. So that means that you can either stamp on it and put it straight on the box, or you can go around all your fancy papers. And I've got some fancy papers myself, so I'm going to put some fancy papers on this. So let me have a look what I got. Let's have a look. I say fancy papers, you might look at me and go, no, they're not very fancy, these. But let me see what I got. Let's have a look. Oh, let's have a look. I have got, let me see what this is like. Wonderland Stamperia. Let's have a look what's in this one. Oh, that's pretty. I already like the look of that. There you go. I like that. I like the back. So now this is the problem when you buy this stuff. Yeah. Oh, so okay. Tell me a theme, like the blues and the beige, or we're going pinks. What do you reckon? Or should we do both? Or actually, do you know something? I quite like that. Oh my God, this is. I can see why people buy papers and never use them. You want to go pink? Okay, we'll go pink. I really can see, and I get the gist with the squares. On honestly, the paper is. I don't want to use it. Okay, let's do pink. So we got a choice of flowers. Hold on. We have a choice of flower. Oh, see, I like that with the both in. Oh, and that's not. Oh, look, it's got a butterfly on. There you go. There we go. We'll have that one. Oh, it's a piece of paper. Let's just rip it out. So, okay. So, all of us want to win a prize. I am using Wonderland. Very, very nice. Very nice. Okay. Yeah, Stamperia, if you want to send me some paper, I'd love you forever. Okay, so, right, so. Now then, shall I go maybe like this? Okay, so what you're thinking, shall I do something like this, or do I go this? So I'm going to let you guys decide. Do you want the one with the butterfly on? And I've got a butterfly in here, but let's think about focusing now. So, do you want me to use this plain backing, or you're choosing? Or do you want me to use this with the flowers on and like the bit of butterfly sort of thing? So hopefully you can see. So you choose. We've either got that or we've got that grungy bit, sort of grunge-esque, light grunge. Hi Jane. Hi Emma. Hi. What I've got that. Is it Henrietta? Butterfly. Oh, look at this. Flowers, butter. Okay, we're here. That'll do. Okay. Let's put them over there. Let's do that then. Now the choice is, how am I gonna do it like that? Am I gonna do it like that? See, this is where it gets you. This is where it gets you. I'm gonna go off the bottom. I'm gonna draw around it, and then I'm gonna cut it out. Wow, go me. I need a pencil. Found one. Okay, so I can see how addicted this gets. Now I have got. You'll be happy to know. Back my pencil out the way. Yeah, I need to do the hole in the middle. Oh dear me, there we go. How can you forget the hole in the middle? Crikey. Well, I can quite easily. Right, let me get a pair of scissors. There we go. I need them. Left hand corner. Well, this is what we're doing now. It'll be all right. So I'm hoping this has gone over slightly. If I'd done left hand corner, it would just have been the flowers only, but I want the butterfly on to complement the little butterfly that we've got as well. So I'm going outer line or just on, so I'm hoping that will allow me to sand off the edge. So I'll just do it like that. Because I can still, oh, see, look at that. Oh, wow. Yep. Yeah, that'll do. So I am going to, see, now this is where, because I'm going to be really careful when I'm gluing, I am going to cut in and cut around, and then somewhere I'll have, yeah, so I've got one of these little sanders with a lock on a little stick. We'll see if that works, and if not, if I mess it up, I mess it up. I can quite easily cut a little circle or pop a little bit of something here to hide my mistake. So there we go. Okay, so that's that. I'm going to stick that on there. Yeah, tickety boo. Let's see what we get. Now, if I'd have thought in my head, because this is totally off the cuff, I would have cut this out on the laser. But I haven't, because I've just literally cut it out here, as you do. But it's okay. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to go around the edge. Let me just, I should have used the thicker one. I'm going to be very quick. There we go. Roundy, diddly-doo-dah. So I'm going to think of definitely going to have a bit of salvage patina on this. We're definitely going to have some pinks. Very sort of cottagey, country-esque vibe. Even a bit of French sort of feeling, you know, as you do. Let's see. Right, so I'm just going to wiggle around the edges a minute. Now, because this is like a really quick glue, I do want to just make sure that I've got everything I need. Yep, all the edges are on there. Fabulous. So, I have got some sort of a squidgy thing somewhere. I don't know where I've put it. Oh, here it is. There we go. So if you wanted to sort of, you know, make sure you've got no air bubbles in, you could use these off the, like the, I don't know, what was this off? Oh, this was off one of Tim's contraptions. I'll say that in a nice way. Now I'm just going to get, now you can wet it if you wanted to, but I'm just going to find a sand, oh, I'll tell you what, let's get a nail file. Now, I'm probably being very too rough, and it's like, oh gosh, Lise, what are you doing? But it's going to work. I'm going to make sure I've got that nice crisp edge. Yeah, like so. And then if there is any dust or dirt on the side of my tag, it's actually taking it off. Okay. Now you know that you're going to have a nice bit of gilding, bit of gold gilding on there. So sort of kills two birds with one stone. It gets your surface prepped and ready if you are going to wanting to put any sort of edging down. And I mean, I've got a choice of gilding polishes. Weathered wood, yes. Now we're talking. See, we're on the same vibe, you see. I'm sure you must have been a sister in another life. Or was I a twin? Right, let's just let me get the edges around that. So you're seeing exactly, if I was sitting at home now, you'd see exactly what I'd do for this. Now let me have a look at this middle bit here. Now, I don't know where my mum got these from, but you know when she buys all this craziness, sometimes the things actually are good what she buys. So, yes, Kim. Don't tell her, because we always say, Mum, you're buying a load of daphnes. But I must admit, this is fabulous for doing stuff like this. And you know, if you do cover it and you get paint in there and you want to just give it that nice little edge, these are brilliant for it. Or you could just wrap a bit of sandpaper around a skewer, and away you go, sort of thing. But these are absolutely brilliant. But don't tell her I told you that. Oh, I'll show you something else as well. Talking to Mum's got, see where I've cut that there? You can't even see it now. Obviously it's glued down beautifully. So, you know, if you haven't got a die that's going to cut that out perfectly, you know, because as I say, you've just seen exactly what I've done. And I must say, I've got no issue with that at all. So, have you seen what she's made? Look at this. Have you seen, I mean, look at these little shoes, proper. Now, she's selling these, by the way. So, yeah, absolute craziness. But she's knitted all these, or crocheted or something or another. It's got a little book. The heart, is that the heart principle? Helen Honing or something like that. But yeah, they're all laced up as well. How cute is that little, you know, with all the ballerina skirt on, proper little pink eyes as well. So yeah, so again, anybody want anything made to order, give her a shout. Honestly, my mum's just as daft. But yeah, either message her or PM me, whichever's easier for you. Right, so I'm just like doing my nails. This is, isn't it? Crikey, mind you, my nails are absolutely right mess at the minute. I do apologise. But there you go. Right then, so I'm happy with that. Yeah, nice. No problems. Look at that, covered beautifully. Absolutely beautifully. So let's have a look. What did we say? Bit of weathered wood. Let's have a look. Where's my weathered wood? Bum, bum. Oh, where's that gone then? Well, I'll tell you what then. I will put on, I don't want to do walnut stain. Well, let me just move things. This is what happens when you start moving stuff now and you think stuff, oh, I'm just going to put a bit of this on and a bit of that on. Walnut stain, I have got it on my pad. I'm not going to spray it down and that, because if I sprayed it down too much, I know I'd go OTT with it. And then I'm going to lose the delicateness of the actual this. Yeah, so let me just, oh no, see, I'm already having a mouth. That's better. There we go. Let's do it my way, because I think I'm going to end up yeah, that's better. There we go. That's the stuff. Antique linen would have worked nice as well with this, to be fair. Yeah. See, possibilities. Goes on forever. I'm just going to bring that brown just around nicely. See, now look how well that works with. And then I'm just thinking, you see, now my head's gone off on a tangent, and let me just, me ink set's having a moment. I don't know where that's going. There we go. Victorian velvet. I just want to put a little bit more pink in, as you do. I might just put this in as a prize for somebody, because obviously I seem to be gathering items now, which it's all good and that's better. Yes, okay. So put that there. Right, let's have a look what we've got to go on this. So we've got a butterfly. So we've got the blue butterfly here, and then we have got these gorgeous little hinges now. Oh, see, that's got a, oh, now what do we do? Oh, what do we do? Hold on. That's it. I want to blow the bits out the way. Blow the bits out the way so I can see what I'm doing. Right, so I'm thinking a bit of white needs to go on here for starters, because I need to see. Let me move that out the way. It's annoying me. Right, there we go. Oh, honestly, this gesso has got a mind of its own. I thought to myself, oh, it must have just been one of them moments in time, but no, it's absolutely horrid. Well, I say horrid, it's not horrid, but yeah, it's one of them. So I'm just going to give it a little light dusting over, just so I can just see it a little bit more clearer, as you do. And that just gives me that little base to work on as well. Now, you can clearly, as you've seen, spray directly on with products, you know. So what I might do now is, now I've got that little bit of a white base, I'm just going to put that out of the way. And I have got some amazing, I just love this, flamingo quiche, I don't know, don't care. Let me just dry that off though first. I love the pink in this. I was going to try and bring a little bit more pink into it, I think. Why not? So, yep. Now, I can just see little lumps and bumps in places, so don't be shy. Like I've said to you before things dry, just move them around, because, you know, sometimes things clog. Don't ever be shy to move things around. Like putting a spoon of, yeah, so, yeah. Do you know something? That's probably, you know, logically I should have done that. However, I didn't. But let me just, yeah. Oh, gosh. I just love this. Just takes me back to my childhood, this does. And I just want to just cover this over, but then I'm going to go over it again because I can. Oh, look at that. I'm just covering the paper now for the sake of it. And in fact, I don't mind too much if I've got them in there as well. Okay, let's do this. Let's make a mess. This is what I love about being creative and just being free to do whatever you like. I've used way too much. Yes, you know, there's loads of little hints, tips, tricks and stuff like that. So don't be shy to sort of play around and have a go. Doing your spray on and stuff like that is really, it is a very good technique. Something I should have done, clearly, but didn't. Oh dear me, I quite like the way that looks. Yep. Let me just blast that off with a bit of heat. And that's drying nicely into that board now. That's been really squirted good and proper. I'm liking the look of that. And I don't mind how this is looking either, because I'm going to keep that bit of paper. I just want to dry this. So we've got that gorgeous pink. Now, if you've got an eye for detail, you can put the body of that lovely little butterfly in. Let me just see if I've got an eye for detail this morning. Let me see if my eyes are going to work. Let me dry it off. Let me get a carrying, but let's see what this is like on his. This is black. Yes, it is. Look at that. I know, it's great, isn't it? Look at that. I'm definitely going to keep the back paper. Don't worry. Right, I'm just going to. So I've got my carrying brush marker. If you want to go further, spin apart. Oh, here we go. It does, yes. Love it. Love it. I love the fact that everybody's happy to share information and ideas. Absolutely fabulous. And it means a lot, especially for some of these people that are just starting out. Absolutely brilliant. So I'm just going to, that's better, bring it down. Now I'm going to put, that's giving me an idea and a guide of the body. Now we ain't got any antlers on because I broke them off. I'll be honest with you, I broke them off. Because I thought to myself, well, they're not really going to do what I need to do with them. Because they were too tiny. Oh, let me wreck the place. They were too tiny and I thought, So let me get one of my black Posca. You can never go wrong with a black Posca. Now, I'm just going to be a little bit more precise now. I can sort of see an idea of his body shape. And I am going to put some white on this for some highlights. So I am going to use some of my doodah, as you do. Now, if you wanted to bring up a little bit of here and a little bit of there, do so. You know, it's your design. Yeah, but I'm going to try and leave as much. Let me just bring a couple on here, maybe a couple on there, a little bit there, there. There. Yep. Just so it's got something, a little bit of that blackness in there. Right, so now my white. Where are you? Now I am going to use the bleed proof. So this is a thicker consistency. Yes, have fun, sweetie. Go and sort what you need to do. Catch you later. And I'm going to use one of my thinner brush. No, I'm not actually. I'm going to use a thinner brush. Let me see what I got. Oh, that looks all right. See you later, Ruth. Have fun. Look after your mum. Right, so I am just going to now. Let me just put a little bit in there. Let's have a look. Let me see how. It's quite thick, but I just want to do a little bit of a highlight sort of at the top here. Maybe just a little bit around here. Right, and then I'm just going to put a little bit under that black in places. Just there and there, there, there and there. I'm going to take that white off in a second on the body. And again, if you don't like things, you haven't got to keep them on there. So don't think, oh, that's it, I've just ruined it. Well, no, you haven't. So I've just splodged that out, and that's given me a different shade now. Let me just put little bits here and there. Okie dokie. There we go. So when you look at a butterfly, the body is, you mainly think, oh, it's black. Hi, Chris. Hello, whoever. Let me just now put in, I'm just going to put a little bit of black here, only a smidgen, and I'm just going to dry my brush off with my hands, as you do, because I don't want water, although it's got water is on the brush, I don't want it to sort of overpower now, because I do actually want that bit of shadowing, to some of that to actually stay there. So I've just got that little bit more of an effect going on now. So I'm quite happy with that sort of idea of a bit of a light hitting. So if I put that down, yeah, that's not too bad at all. I'm going to put a little bit of textured paste on there, maybe on this. So we've got one here, maybe there. I think about putting the corners on. And put a little bit of colouring on that to bring that out. Yeah, I'm just thinking a little bit of something there. So let me just have a look through. Where did I put my stencils? There we go, got them. And I'm thinking with what we've got on here, maybe that. Let me have a look. That will maybe fit in more. So yes, I think that will. Okay. I love talking to myself. I always win the argument, you know, always. Or actually, do you know so I might actually do that flower sort of effect through. Yeah, let's have a little bit of a floral. Let's really play. Right, okay. Now you can do a bit of dab of ink on that. I suppose I could emboss it. Well, yeah, shall we? Let's have a dabble. Ooh. Okay, let me get... Oh, what shall I, Lisa, get a grip. Let me go Victorian velvet. Oh, no, I don't want Victorian velvet. I'm going to use, I want something with a little bit more oomph to it. So, holding by horses. Let's have a look. Let me move that. Let me see what that colour looks like. Let's have a look. What's that one like? No, that's too purple. What's that one like? Oh, that'll do. Okay. So I'm going to use a VersaFine Claire. I'm going to use the baby pink. Let me just grab. That'll do. Okay. And we'll see if this works. Yes, I know antique linen will be coming out. Don't worry. However, I want to put some more pink in. There might be some sort of method to this madness somewhere along the lines, but let me do. Oh, crikey! Moved it. Oh, that's a bloody thing. Honestly, I needed another pair of hands. Just didn't happen though, but it's okay. I survived. Let's put that there. Let's bring that down here. Let's bring it down here. That will do. Okay, because it really doesn't matter if I don't like it, because I'm going to put a butterfly over the top of it anyway. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's all right. Okay, let's really have a play around with stuff now. It's a pretty cut. It is actually. It's light enough for the background, but I want to put some embossing powder on it now. So clear gloss. Let me get some of that. Let me get a bit of paper so I can save what I'm doing. Because you know this is going to go probably totally wrong, but let's try it. Let's see what we're going to happen. Let's have a look. Here we go. I really need something to sprinkle this out properly with, but hey ho, let's just go with it. There we go. Oh crikey, nearly had the whole lot in there then. Right then, tap tap tap, tiddly doo dah. You can tell I don't normally do this either. Let's smack its bum. There we go. Okay, you know something, I'll live with that. Okay, let's salvage what we popped in here. There we are. Now you'd think this pot's going to last me forever, but I know for a fact once I start, oh crumbs, once I start, it's going to end up being used a lot. Yeah. I'm at Lincoln at the end of the month, and I'll be demoing. I'll be there with Nigel, so we're going to be showcasing the bits and bobs and bits and pieces and stuff. Let me get me half decent heat gun out. So I use this one. This is the one I use for embossing, and then the other one I use just for drying the papers. This one's got more of an intensity to it, so I prefer using that than the other one, if that makes sense. Let me just unplug something. If it all goes off now, then you know I've unplugged the wrong thing. No, we're all right. Fabulous. Okay, so always heat your tool up first. That's it, that'll do. Let's have a look, see if we can set the place alight. There we go, it's turning. I am, yes, I'm at the Motorcycle Museum in May. And I'll be bringing all the new products with me as well. Okay, I think that's cooked. There we go. Let me just hang that there so I don't... let me unplug that and plug whatever I just plugged out, plug it back in, because I don't know what I've unplugged. Right, now, I'm terrible, I am. I always like to make sure it's dry. Shocking, isn't it? So, look at that. Nice bit of resist there. So, we can think about popping them on there. We can pop that on there, so we've got that bit of nicety on there. I want something on there. It's not looking what I want it to look. So, we have got raspberry liquid pearls. What else have we got? I want some sort of twinkly dude. And I don't do normal. Oh, we are. Waterfall twinkles. Let's have a dabble. Let me just see what this looks like. Because, you know, when you look at something, you think, oh, it's a bit flat with just the colour. Oh, I'll tell you what. Let me just see what I've got on the shimmers. Let me have a look. Oh, got a bit of lilac. Oh, crumbs. What about some deep purple? Well, purple lilac. I think I need to get pinks, definitely. I've got a bit of that'll do the edges. Let's move them out the way. Could do a bit of that. Right, okay. Let's have a look. Oh, crumbs. I'll tell you what. Let's really have a bit of a moment here. Let me move things out the way because I can't see for looking. Right, so I'm going to put that there because I'll use that in a minute. Let's put that there. Let me move that over there. I'm thinking. Let's put that there. Let's put that there. Right, so I'm going to... This is where I could, like, go, oh, crumbs, what have I done? Darker by... Yes, I know. That's exactly what I'm doing. Darker by the body. What? I love you guys, honestly. No problem. I've got it sussed. Let's have a little play. Right, okay. That's a little bit better. Let's use a different one now. Finger. Yep. Oh, yeah, that's a bit better. Still think we need something else, but let me just get the edges done first. Da, da, da. I did like the pink. It just, you know, when someone just ain't doing it for you, when you put it on the card and it's like, oh, I'm tuned with you. Oh, you're tuned. I thought you were saying you'd turn. And I was thinking, what you turned into? That's what happens when you look at things and I'm not reading it properly. My bad. It's all right, I'll hurt you. Right, let me just put that's better. Let's pull that out. Pull that out there. Pull that out there. Yep. And that there. Okay. Okay, there we go. Let's just block that there. And then let's block that there. Oh, I'll tell you what, actually. I'm going to put a little bit of gold on that, I think. Let me do something with me. Oh, I'm getting in a mess. Hi, how are you? Hope you're all good. How we do? We're doing all right for time as well. Love it. Right, so that's sort of a bit better. Let me just, we can always tidy up the old edges. Yeah, see that's got a little bit more something going on with it. But again, I still think it needs it. I think you need some black. Yeah, I know. This is what happens when you start being attuned. I think, let me just get, where's my Posca? Let me just, let me diddly-doo-dah him a minute. There we go. That's a bit better. Okay, let me just do that there. And then I can put some antlers there. Let me just, so this is depending on now with how sort of creative you want to be. You could use some paint to do this. I'm just going to pull these little edges out on the butterfly because I don't really, yeah, blank bonnet, blank bonnet, body, crikey. Don't worry, I'll invent it as we go along. We'll have some new words by the end of the day, I'm sure of it. Right, yeah, okay, there we go. Right, I suppose you could always put something else underneath it or have it somewhere else. We could even put him there. But do you know something? Maybe that might work. I don't know. So we got that butterfly under there, but you see, I do like this bit as well. So anyway, let me just stick these on. Let's where's my sticky? Let's put some of this on, because then if I wanted to put anything else on it, then I can do. Let me get my other one. Hold on, let me just, this is what happens when you leave it out and you don't put your thing in. You don't put your little end in. There you go. Oh, that's it. Black. Black body is always the way forward. Right, let me get some with a bit more oomph to it. There we go. I need to clean my bottle. So to clean your bottle lids, Kim was saying the other day, you put them in hot water. Tickety-boo, done and dusted. I thought, yeah, that sounds like a plan to me. Nice and easy. So you take this off, put it into some warm water, hot water. Well, not too hot because it's plastic. But yeah, and it will clear off any clogs or any clumping that you might have. So there you go. Let me just bring that down. Let's make sure it's all level, because I don't want it to look on the squiff. Wouldn't want that. So it's just now, what do I do with this little devil? Yeah, definitely. It needs glitter. It does need glitter. It needs umphing. Let me get some stickles on it. I'm going to use this blue waterfall. Let me pop it there a minute. Oh crikey, that sounded like so it was having some sort of a moment. So normally what I'd do would be, I'd get some oh, it's a bit better. I'd get some I'll tell you in a minute, some wow, and I'd put some glue over it and then just literally cover this with like wow glitter. However, that is actually looking, yeah, it did sound like a mouse. I squidged a mouse. I'm sorry if you thought. There was no animals injured in this video. Oh dear man, you guys, honestly, you do make me chuckle. So let's just bring that around the edges there. Yeah, you know, I'm not a glittery person, but it does need it. So yeah, that's going to happen. Let me just, I'm going to do it when it's on there. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to. No, it's just now, it's me thinking now. That's better, isn't it? Because you've got that underneath, but it's there. But then do I put it up here? I quite like that now. See, I'm trying to think where there's a spot. See, I'm quite liking that as well, because you can see that butterfly. But then do I do it like that? Go on then, what we're thinking positioning wise. Should we go about there? Should we just bring it over the edge? Living dangerously, this butterfly is. Yeah, maybe about there. Oh, I'll tell you what, let me just get some glue on it and just stick it on. Crikey, we'll be here all day. And then I can just add whatever bits of stickles I need to add onto it. There we go. Top left, there we go then. Top left it is. Top left, there we are. So he's going that way. We'll have this one flying out that way. And I'm not going to be too worried about having it about here, so I'm going to pop it in there. Now, I have got glitter all over me. Let's add it onto this card. Why not? So anything I need to now touch up or do anything, I can do while it's on there. But adding that little bit of glitter on, it's done it the world of good. I'm thinking it needs a nice bit of embossing or something. Let me just see what else we got. Oop. Let's have a look. What we got? Do we need something like this on it? Maybe. No. A couple of hearts, maybe. Maybe. Yeah, let's stick a few hearts on. Let me just sort of, let's have a play. So this is what I like about this grey board. It's a case of you can literally paint away, add on, do whatever you like, sort of thing. I'm going to put, right, okay, that was me pencil. Let's have a bit of this. Let's have a bit of gold on it. Let's have a bit of gold. So this is the metallics, which I love. This is what I call my eyeshadow. So I'm going to put a bit of gold on this one. I'm going to put a bit of the, just need a simple centre. Yeah, totally. There's nothing simple in my world though. I wish I could do just a simple sentiment, but it just never seems to happen. I don't know why, but it just doesn't. Hey ho. Now then, I'm just going to get a little bit of that nice purple now. So I want an undercolour. Let me just wipe that off. There we go. Let's pop a bit of that on. And the purple. Right, I'm just going to put a little bit of white over this. Tone it down a touch. Yep. So don't always think that you can put one colour down. So build up your layers. Hi, Steph. Oh, I sneeze as you dropped your pencil. Oh, love it. Love it. There we go. Right, so that's that bit on there. And then I'm going to put that on there again. Hopefully I'm not going to be dropping anything else. If I do, I apologise now, because you'll probably like go, whoop. Right, let me just pop a bit of this. I mean, look just how lush is that purple. Wow. Absolutely amazing. I just love the richness of the colours, if I'm honest with you. It's nice to have something that goes on to things so well. I am gonna bring that down in colour as well. Let me just see if the lilac will go on. So it complements the butterfly that we've had on. Yeah, that's it. Let me just put that on. Okay, now put that there. Now I'm thinking, hello my sweet, how are you? Hopefully you're well. We're just doing a bit of a mad crazy one, going OTT with things here. I can feel it. I don't want to go OTT. Let me take that off there. Let me put that in there before it dries. That's it, better. Right then, so put that there. I'm just going to glue that on. Let me just clean my finger. See, I say glue it on and then I put that there and it's like, oh, what am I doing? Honestly. Right, let's put that on there. Now, I've just had a little bit of an idea. So I just want a little bit more, even though I absolutely love these bits and bobs, I just want to sort of play around with a little bit of edging. Oops, crikey. Let me put the lids on things, you say. Look, I'm just having a moment. Dear. Shocking. That's better. Right. Okay, so I've used that one. Don't really. Do I want that? No, I don't. Do I want that? No, I don't. I need something with a little pattern. Let me just investigate. Let me have a little look. I don't really want to use that. Do I want to use that? No. Oh, do I want to use that? Let's have a, maybe. Yes, okay. I'm going to use that. I was going to use the flowers, but then I thought, no, I don't want to use the flowers. So I'm just going to, I've only got a little bit of shimmer on my finger, but I just want to bring in just a little bit of the rest of sort of, you know, like those purples. Yeah, I'm going to, yes, I will finish it off with some black spatters. But I just want to pull in some of that shimmer now. And I just want to pull a bit up here. And like I say, this might not be everybody's cup of tea, but it doesn't matter. It's your creation at the end of the day. I'm just going to splat it around a little bit. I love the fact that obviously you've got that resist on as well. So that'll do. Let me just pop a lid on here a minute. And then I'm going to think about what I'm going to edge it with. I'm going to edge it probably with a gold, just to bring it together, which will be, well, it's like a bronze in it, copper shine. There we go. So splatters will be the last. Let me, do you know something? Let me just see whether this will go any better before I just cover myself in more stuff. Let's have a look. And then time wise, yeah, we're doing all right. Let me just, maybe a nice silver, but we'll see. Again, it's just playing around. You do what you do at the end of the day. Makes no difference what I do. This will just go in a box, or I'll put it in a goodie giveaway, as you do. Somebody will enjoy it somewhere in the world, I'm sure. And I'm just going to just have a little bit here and there on our little butterfly, just so it all goes in together. Right, okay. Now then, I have a yellow butterfly. Do you really? Wow, there we go. So we've got that bit of resist going on there. So I'm just going to start picking up just slightly with whatever's on my finger, just to bring out that resist. And I think that just brings it out just nice. Bless you. Okay. So I'm just going to bring the shapes also. There we go. Okay. Yep. We've got a little bit there. Brilliant. So yeah, a nice big chunky ribbon off that, and a nice sentiment. Bob's your uncle, and all the rest of it. You know, the words, you know, what we say and all that. Right, let me just wipe my finger. There we go. So we got cogs. I must say I prefer my cogs. I'll get there. Right then, last one. I'm going to do something really, really straightforward and simple with this. Although this will grow on me. I'll probably change this yet. I'm sure it will grow on me. I'm hoping it will grow on me. That's my I like to interpret that. Yeah, exactly. Well, I would say maybe we need a tag swap or something. Who would like to do something like that? I don't know. It's just a thought. Just something that come into my head. I make myself more work than anything, I'm sure of it. Right then, so we've got that. Okay, now, I don't know whether I'm going to do the big butterfly on it, but I'm going to play around with this tag for starters. You love both of them? Oh, thank you. I don't know. They're one of them. I might put them up as demo pieces yet. We'll see. Right, happiness. Bless. Oh well, I'm still going. Actually, let me just put some black splatters on that, because I'm thinking I might like it with black splatters on. Hold on, let me get me Posca pen. Me and that blinking thing are going to fall out. You can stay up there out the way, honestly. Right, this might make me more happy. Hold on, that's it. We got which charged. Let's get the older. Let's get something on the go. That's better. Yeah. But that's it. Oh, look, my ends fell out. Okay, let me just grab that. Bam. Oh, so now we've had a blob out. Let me just carry on. There we go. So if your end falls out, don't worry about it. Don't panic. Let's shove it back in. So unfortunately, I bash mine more than anything else, all right? So my ends fall out a lot. So I'm quite used to that. Now I'm going to move that around so you can see, without you thinking, oh my gosh, I've just ruined it. You haven't. So don't panic. Chill your beans. Let's get a bit of water. Right, so, oh, that's probably too much. Hold on. Let me just move that. Let me get a different brush. Maybe. No. That one. Yeah, that one will do. Right, so I'm using... What am I using? Number 8 brush. I'm going to put a bit of water on it. Now, don't panic, okay? Let's move this around a bit. First of all, let's pull some of that ink off, okay? I know it looks fabulous, it is, but I just want to show people, if they actually blob something down, don't panic. Okay? So, take it into a distress if you need to. And if not, get yourself a cotton bud now and just lift it. Okay. So let me have a look at that. Now that don't look too bad. But if you wanted to just bring around where you've got that bit of distress, you can do. Take a bit of a dark bit, take it over to the edge, or you can get a spray. So let me just do a light spray. Yeah. So that's now turned it into a bit of a grunge. Yeah. So I'm going to let that move over there, and I'm just going to just take a bit of that water off. I don't need to take away too much of what we've done on there. So I like that effect now. Let me just dry it off, because I'm going to put some gold over it now. So don't ever think you've ruined anything just because you've dropped your Posca and your nibs fell out on your project. It'll then add to an area. So you think to yourself, I've got that big dark area now. You've got plenty of products that will then change that area. Trust me. Trust the process. So yeah, that's all dry. Right, so I can get that. I'd be making the other blinking thing by now if I hadn't done that. But it's all right. So there we go. There you are. Sorted. Okay. So we've now got a little bit more gold on that we want. I'm going to rub that around there. There you go. Okay. So I've no longer got a big black blob. I've just got a nice bit of gold glistening in the corner. And if you don't want to do gold, you can now splatter it again. Where's it gone? There it is. So I'll make sure my end's in, and I'm just going to give it a bash here. Watch the end. Look, see how the end goes off. So the only thing is with me, because I'm forever bashing my Poscas, my ends fall off a lot. There we go. Okay, we're there. There we are. Sorted. Have a bit on there. Perfect. So I'm happy with that now. I can see what's going on. Right, let's put that out the way. Let's dry it off before I do something else. Right, hi Shell, Jackie, Marie, Pauline, hi. So yeah, honestly, Kim, you just jinxed me, plain and simple. So I'm happy with that now. Totally different again. So there's so many different products on that. Now, just to show you, with as much water that we've had, we've got nothing at all with it. Okay, so I'm going to now move on to the next one before something else happens. Okay, so as I said, I'm going to move away the butterfly, happiness, and the dot. I don't want to lose the dot. Let me put the dot over there. I might put the happiness on. So you've got a frame and you've got your actual bit on top. So that's going to be one colour. We're going to put something under that. I'm going to put a little bit of, probably a bit of grunge in. So I'm just going to, with a pencil, I want to know roughly where my inner area is. Okay, now this is going to be quite quick because I'm just being mindful of time now, people. All right, so in here now I am going to get, let me look, oh, let's do little dots, let's do some craziness. Yeah, there you go, we'll do that. There we are. Right then, so I am going to use some of Andy's lovely paste. I'm going to be all fancy and use that one, I think. Why not? So I've got an idea where the line runs. I haven't cleaned my stencil, so there might be a fact that this might actually have a little bit of colour to it. Now you can add colour. Again, it's whether you've got time and effort to do that. But yeah, you can add colour. You know, if you're wanting to do different projects, add a bit of colour. Again, it's totally up to you. Right then, so we've got that a little bit of like a monochrome effect now. There are all your tags cut with, no, the Tim Holtz hasn't got a tag that big. That's my own design. I have I'll measure it in a second. Actually, I have got his die cut, his tag set. If I'm honest with you, I do have that. but these are not his size. I don't think he does ginormous ones. I mean, if he does, fair play. But yeah, let me wipe my tools down. Let me give you an idea of what size that is. So this tag is in inches, about 7.5 inches, is it? Let me just, because that's wet. Yeah, 7.5 inches by 4.5 inches, just roughly. And I'm going to be doing bigger as well. So there you go. Right, so we've got a little bit of texture going on around that. We can do that onto there. Let's have a think about, do I just want to now just add a bit of texture on maybe? Why not? So nobody says that you've got to use a stencil. You can, if you're comfortable, just add a bit of texture on. I'm just trying to keep that area. Yes, definitely. Instead of a birthday card tag, you could do this as a like a gift within sort of a thing, isn't it, really? There's so many different things you can do. Like I say, I'm open to offers if you guys want certain things available, not having to wait for things to go out of stock. It'll just be a press of a button on my lovable machine, so nothing will ever go out of stock for you. And that's another good thing as well. So now sometimes products will go out of stock and it's like, oh, can't get it no more, especially when you just find something you love and it's like, can't get it out of stock, and then you have to wait for a restock and it's a nightmare. But yeah, all good fun. So I've got that into there. That means I can then build onto here, build it up. That's, you know, that will be quite funky monkey. Okay, let's glue this. Where's the glue? Let's have a play with glue. So I'm just going to do just a wiggly lines. The best thing with this glue, I must admit, it grabs fast. It is good stuff. So this is the Pink Frog glue. And I'm going to hold it up because I want to make sure I've got everything lined up. Yep. And I'm not too worried. Some arty words, yeah, you could put whatever you liked into this, absolutely. So Mum's already asked me for some flowers because she loves the butterflies that much. Bless her cotton socks. So I mean, realistically, let me just, we've got the strata paste. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that properly. Sounded a bit posh, that did, didn't it, really? Strata paste. Oh, and it's like, I'm liking that. Let's pop a bit of that on there. Let's have a bit of grunge. Well, why not? Oh, dear me. Now, I'm going to let this dry. And I'm going to build this up and having it come over. And then let's get that butterfly on. I think that would look quite funky, actually. So even though I've got the lip there of the tag, I'm going to build this bottom area up. Now, I've had this like quite some time, if I'm honest. So it's not, oh, rogue branch. That's what happens when you leave your products out and sort of God knows what. I blame my mum. I have to blame her for everything, bless her. I'm going to put a little bit more on here. Why not? Oh, this is beautiful stuff, this is. Well, I must admit, to be fair, all the products are absolutely fabulous in the range, so. And it's delightful that we've got the Cosmic Shimmer brand back. So, hee-haw and all that. Fabulous. Right, so I'm going to put something else on now. Like I said, I did say this was going to be like a quick thing, didn't I? So we've got the dots in there. We've got a building of gunge up. So we're going to have a great big butterfly on it. I'm going to do this black. It's going to be dead easy. Black in your face. I'm going to do this some nice colours so that pops out. Let's have a look. I'll tell you what I'm going to have a look at. I'm going to use a bit of, why not? Let's pop a bit of glitter on. So this is the Stella Pace Starlight. Gorgeous this is, I might add. I mean, look at, oh dear me. Whoa. Glitter, 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 glitter. Now, I suppose you're thinking, well, yeah, you put greyboard on that. Well, I want to see what it's like. This is where we learn how products will go on. Just remember, I'm just playing around. There is no right or wrong way to do any of this, remember. And then if I put any paint over it, will the glitter come through? Is that what you're worried about, hey? What do you reckon? Let's do a proper glittery tag. And if it doesn't, I'll just put some more over it. So let's dry this off. Oh, it looks very magical. This is going to be a very... This is like chaos. I love a bit of chaos. No wrong with a bit of Sunday morning chaos is that. Let's get the dryer on this. Let's get this dried and let's get it painted. Oh, I'm excited. Well, it doesn't take much to excite me, obviously, not when it comes to me sitting in my studio crafting. She sells laser cuts. What's that, sorry? Fabulous. Yeah, I am going to be selling these. So yeah, so if you want anything, PM me. I'm going to be doing a launch on Nice Crafting. So they will be available long term as well. So yeah, all going to be available for you to buy. I'm going to be doing a bigger tag than this with a border boundary. Oh dear me, you're going to have boxes, you're going to have book boxes. Sunday morning chaos, honestly. Sunday, well, it is a bit chaotic, isn't it, really? I'm liking that. Nearly dry. Fabulous. Fabulous. Right, while we're waiting for it to dry, let's get some sprays on. Let's have a little diddly doo-dah. Let's get some of this beautiful, you know when you don't use things, it's time to use them. So I've got 20 million distress sprays from Mr. Holtz. Things you do. Oh, hello. That's it. And this is what happens when you don't use your stuff. Okay. Well, they don't work. That's only one of the best colours out there. Crumbs. What we got? Peacock feathers. It's got to be done. Let's do this. Now, I'm disappointed with how that looks, actually, as in peacock feathers itself. So I'm going to, let me dry it off and then I'm going to put over it. However, we have got the glitter coming through, which is what I want. So I'm going to put peacock feathers on and maybe a bit of pickled raspberry. Stay. Yeah, nearly. So I'm going to be using these two to finish it off. Tuscan teal, yes. Now we're talking. See, I'm liking this. Nice. So obviously, if you allowed it to dry naturally, you wouldn't get that slight warp. But let me just build up. Let me just build up a little bit of colours onto this now. So now my thing is now. I want to say, I want an undercolour to put on top with that glitter. So the glitter does come through, but I don't want that dullness, even though it's gorgeous. I want vibrant. So I mean, I should have used some crazy greens, really, shouldn't I? But it's okay. This is what happens when Lisa just picks up random stuff and just plays around. It's okay. Oh, hello. Yep, that's fine. There's me thinking I'd decided to take that off there, but it didn't. Thank goodness for that. So let's have a look at that in 1 minute. Let me put a bit of texture back into that. Perfect. There you go. Let me just get the hairdryer on that. See, this is me not letting things dry. So don't you do it. You know there's got to be water added to this, don't you? See, you have got that it comes through beautifully, I must admit. Well, where was I doing? Oh, it was that corner. That was it. Yep. Perfect. Right, peacock feathers. Lightly does it. Let's see what it's like with a brush. Maybe not. Nah, the brush is no good. Let me get what I need. There we go. Okay. There we go. Sorted. Okay. Let me bounce on a little bit of. We've got some. Let me see whether water splats will work on this. I mean, it will work, but I'm curious just to see how it's going to look. If I'm honest, I'm very curious. In fact, now let me get the bleach on the go. Sorry, guys on the group. Then I'll just give you a little bit of a headbutt. It wasn't intentional, I can assure you. Right, let's put that on there. Let me just see if it's going to do anything. It's just nice to see different products of what they're doing to different bits. Now, I'm going to put a bit of white on this. It is actually, the bleach is actually working. I like. So let me just get a little bit of, let me be really respectful of myself and just think, oh, what am I doing, Lace? So I'm just going to put a bit of white over just to lighten up some of these areas. Oh, I love the texture of this. I really do. That's absolutely, it's quite cool. Grunge in a different format. Okay, let's just take that off there. That's a proper mess, that is. I love it. Right then, I'm gonna have to keep that over there out the way. Right, now then, we just put that on there a minute. As I said, oh crikey, I can never, you know something, I wear varifocals, right, and I can never, this is like, you know, one of the things that you can just, it's just like, oh really, there you go. I make it look so difficult, but it's such an easy thing to do. Right, let me just put, oh, that's better. Yes, I knew I'd get there in the end. It's okay. It's a build-up of mess. It's okay. Right then, so all I've got to do now is put some black onto my butterfly. So let me get black soot out. Now, to be fair, let me just see, have I got an old VersaFine black? Let's have a look. Multitasking. Right, I've got an old, this is an old one. Let me just dry that off a minute. Right, let me just see whether I can. Let's move them out the way. I'm going to reuse that. Move that out the way. Let me put them over there. Got a mess. We got mess. Put them up there. Right. Okay. Bits of that. Bits of this. Now then. If you've got an old pad, an old Versamark, which you think, you know, when they're just not juicy enough to actually run, you know, a nice clean image to stamp. Well, they are absolutely perfect to run over things like this, yeah? So don't throw your old stuff away. I mean, if you re-ink, fair enough, like. I find that, look at that now. Oh, dear me. Wetting myself with excitement, I am. Right, let me just get this glitter back on, because I think this needs to be glittery. I really do. And it's just, you know, it's just one of them moments. Oh, I've just got a little bit of, I can see it there. It's just not dried properly. Let's be nice, because we've got such a fabulous. I actually like the way this looks now. It's that chaotic. I love it. I just love the madness to it. So I am using. Let me just pop that there. Funky Fossil Stellar Paste. This is Starlight, and my goodness me, this is amazing. Can you just see the, sorry you guys on Facebook, you're all over the place, aren't you? I do apologise. Look at that, beautiful. So I'm just going to run this, let me just run it over here and there. Why not? Nobody said you can't. So I mean, look at the amount of layers of stuff that we've actually put on this. Chaotic, chaos, but it's been fabulous chaos, hasn't it? So, you know, I think that's just perfecto. So can you just imagine if I had some silhouette flowers underneath there now and done them with the black? Let me just run this around with my finger just so it gets about over the tag, about all that grunge. There's so much texture here. You have to appreciate it. You know, like if you're very sensual, I love to be able to touch, feel. I love that part of what I do. But now look at that black contrasts absolutely beautifully. I really do. I think that's going there. I don't think I need to sort of have any sort of worry. So what I'm going to do is the larger areas, I am just going to, with this precision things are absolutely brilliant for stuff like this. Absolutely brilliant. These tips are fabulous. So I am hoping this gives you a sort of an idea of what you can do. I mean, I've just done utter carnage today, so I do apologise. But it gives you an idea. Oh, dear me, that way. Yes, that way. Oh, look at this little butterfly. Well, it ain't little really, is it? Starlight paste can be coloured. Well, I'm going to say, I don't know, it's not my product. But there is coloured starlight paste anyway. I mean, and they are absolutely to die for, if I'm honest. Absolutely to die for. There's loads of colours in the range. So, you know, I mean, I've got that. I mean, I've got this. I mean, that looks absolutely lush on, just wasn't for this occasion. But yeah, so this is beautiful. Definitely worth it. And you get a good pot as well, a good sized pot. It's not these piddly little pots that you get. You run out in seconds. So yeah, wish my carnage looked like but this is carnage to me. This is like well out my comfort zone. Just Sarah, just so you can add. Oh, there you go. Then if Sarah says, then it's Sarah's product. So I didn't want to say something which was incorrect, and Sarah's on a holiday, so it's not like I can just message her and go, hey, Sarah. You know, she's away with the fairies, bless her, having a time of her life, having a fabulous time out. So, hey, I've done it first time. Crikey, my eyes must be getting better. Okay, so we've got some beautiful papers, to be fair, to keep. Let me just get those over here. There's a little bit of dirt on that. Right then, let's have a look. What mess have I caused today? Okay, let me just get a bigger piece of paper. Whoop. So the products that we have coming out will be, Sarah demonstrated by adding ink. Oh, there you go, then sorted. So if that's the case, you know that can be added. So, you know, I don't know everything. I just use the products. I use them to how I'm comfortable using them. So if you already know that she can do that, then there you go. Okay, so we have got an absolutely fabulously large tag. I'm going to put that over here just so you can see. Remember to give a thumbs up on the video. Bless your cotton socks. Now I love that because we've put so much onto that. This board is solid. Oh, excuse me, let me just blob of, there we go. The board is absolutely solid. So we're going to be doing, I'm going to be doing larger than this, by the way, with a border. But you are going to be getting shape. So you're probably going to be getting this, the butterfly and other bits and smaller tags and stuff like that. Then we've done a bit of a grunge with a bit of embossing and corners and splatters and twinkly stuff and all the rest of it, yeah. And then we've done the cogs. Now I am going to be doing these in different sizes with regards to the cogs. For me, this is quite small. I think this cog would have actually gone better on this size tag with bigger chunky cogs. What do you reckon? So I might do that next time. But what I'm going to be doing Tuesday and Thursday, I'm going to be showing you the journals that I'm going to be out there doing in the kits. So you're going to be getting these tag kits. So this is what you're going to be getting, tag kits, yeah. So if you want to tag separately, you know, I don't know, so let's roughly say a tenner, yeah. But if I'm going to do a nice tag kit, and if I'm going to put tags, butterflies, cogs, big size, medium and small, say like this, with loads of extras in, I don't know what you say, 20, 25 quid. And that's going to get you a lot of projects because there's going to be a lot of small stuff in. So this it's going to be huge stuff in there. So I'm going to keep it very, very affordable for you guys, all right? But I'm definitely going to do some larger cogs. That was just like a small, very, very tip of the iceberg job. But do you know something? I actually like that. And I wish I'd have done bigger cogs on the bigger tag. I hope that makes sense. Let me just do that a minute. There we go. Yeah. Oh, there you go. So I'm going to take some pictures. I'll upload it. Thank you so very much for staying with me on this one. I'm really excited to be doing the launch of these products. That I'm just going to show you guys on what's it. But the Facebook group, I'll demount you and all the rest of it so you can see properly. But yeah, so you're going to be having tags, you're going to be having journals, and you're going to be having the book boxes. So you're going to be having these as well. So yeah, there's going to be a nice little selection of stuff, and these will be in different sizes, so don't forget. There's going to be some gorgeous little makes out there. Oh, let's get Tracy's stamps on that one. I love this one. This was a gorgeous little one. So have a fabulous Sunday. I'll see you all Tuesday with some more stuff. So that's going to be the journal stuff. Okay. It'll be a little bit more structured. I might know what I'm doing next time, because I clearly don't today. But yeah, so there's going to be lots more stuff. So we're going to be doing the journal stuff over the next couple of days. So I will see you on Tuesday for the journals, different sizes. And then on Thursday, maybe I'll be doing some of these and showing you how to put these together, because it's pointless you buying a kit if you don't know how to put it together. So yeah, there won't be just windows. We'll be doing different things. So again, we could even do butterflies and stuff, isn't it? So there you go. Anyway, have a fabulous Sunday. I'm not going to waffle. I'm going to say goodbye to you guys on YouTube, and then I'm going to go pop over to Facebook. So let's demount you guys. Whoop, here we go. Are you ready? We're off. Have a fabulous Sunday. See you later.